Hello friends, today I'll talk about Sun in the 8th house of Leo Ascendant horoscope. As you can see on my side, this is a Leo Ascendant horoscope where number 5 is written in the Lagna in the top center. So if you have number 5 written at this point in your horoscope, then your horoscope is of Leo Ascendant. Sun is placed in the 8th house where number 12 is written. Number 12 is the sign Pisces, the lord of which is Jupiter. So now to understand Sun in this position, we must know what Sun is, what the 8th house is, and what is this sign Pisces representing. So Sun, as you know, represents our father, the king or the government or the high officials. Sun gives us light and it gives us life. So it represents a transparency, a good attitude. It's a sattvic planet, a planet of good karmas. It talks about our ego. It gives us self-respect. And when Sun is afflicted in a bad way, then the ego and the self-respect turn to arrogance and a person being bluff and egoistic, very high ego in the person. And the 8th house itself, where Sun is placed now, 8th house is the house of pain, all kind of troubles. It is also the house of factory production, and this house also pushes us towards occult studies like astrology, Reiki, Tarot, numerology, angel cards, all these kind of things. It is also the house of doing some different kind of studies, and 8th house also will represent our age, the age of a person. And so now when we connect all these things, we find that a third aspect of the sign number 12, which is the Pisces, has also come in. Now Pisces is the 12th sign, it is the last sign, and in a Kalpurush Kundli, the last sign represents the Mokshasthan, and the lord of which is Jupiter, which is a religious planet, once again a truthful planet. But the 8th house per se is very much affected by Saturn also, because Saturn is supposed to have a very strong hold over the 8th house. So now we mix up all these things and we find the results of Sun will be that this person's ego and self-respect. Now, since Sun is the lord of the Lagna, which represents the person himself, his thinking, his attitude, lord of the Lagna has come to the lord of the house of hidden things. So the person may become very distrusting in nature, may develop a lot of doubts about what everyone is saying, even to the extent of what he is saying himself. The person may also get into a habit of hiding things, that is lying. And when a person tells lies in these positions, then it will be harmful for the person. Sun representing the father, it has come to the 8th house, which is the house of pain. That means the person will have pain connected to father. He may be worried about his father's hospitalization, father becoming ill, father losing money, or father going abroad, or being away from the father, and these kind of things. The 8th house is also the house of the lifespan of the person, longevity of the person, and because Saturn is connected to it, Saturn represents all poisonous animals and all that. So we will find that this person here may have a danger from poisonous animals. Now, all things about 8th house are not bad. It is also the house of factory production, and it is connected to the self of the person. That is, the person himself may be into factory production. And if you see this type of Sun repeating in many planets in nakshatra level in a person's horoscope, then most likely the person may own a number of factories. That can also happen, or the person may be very interested in occult studies like astrology, numerology, etc. Or this person can also get into professions like surgery, like connected to pharmaceutical, or the person may get some money in inheritance, or it may be connected to money which comes in lump sum, such as insurance, gratuity, receiving a pension on retirement, these kind of things Sun will be connected to. It will help the person do PhDs and all. Now, because Sun represents the government also or high officials, and this is a house of trouble and factory production, it can mean two things. That is, one is the person may get into trouble with the government or high officials, or secondly, the person may get into a factory production which is connected to the government. So these kind of general effects that Sun is going to give here in this condition. From the health point of view, what happens here is because the Lagna, which is the person himself or herself, has now come into the 8th house, which gives us pain and diseases. So the person himself or herself may be the creator of their own troubles. And the problems which come here will generally be related to blood pressure or something to do with heart. It can also have an effect on bones and eyes, etc. of the person. Especially for the males, if Sun is placed in this placement, it may affect the right eye more, and for the females, it may affect the left eye more. So these being the general conditions of Sun and the effects, we now want to go into slightly more accurate results. The house number 8 will have 3 nakshatras, and the nakshatras will belong to Jupiter, Saturn and Mercury. Now when Sun is from 0 degrees to 3 degrees 20 minutes in the same placement, we must remember this degree is very less, and Sun is likely to go back and give the effect of 7th house also. And 7th house includes our marriage as well as partnership business. So in case you find the effects of the 7th house are coming, in that case you take a look at our video of Sun in the 7th house in Leo ascendant. However, in this placement, since we are discussing about Sun in the 8th house, what is going to happen primarily is that this position will give the person a slight bit of trouble so far as gaining a child is concerned. However, if the child of the person is grown up, it can indicate that the first child will purchase either a property or vehicle during the Dasha or Antardasha of Sun. And do remember that most of the effects now that we discuss will come only during the Dasha Antardasha of Sun or any planet as such. And also the second effect is that it can give a hidden love affair to the person. Now in case Mercury is connected in the Dasha Antardasha, in that case the person's hidden love affair will convert into marriage. He can also get a dowry in that condition. However, mostly in this placement, it will give a hidden love affair. This placement is good for creative production like actors, actresses, music composers, music production, some kind of painting, anything related to art which a person produces. This combination is good for that. However, if the person continues to have a hidden love affair or extramarital affair in this condition, then the person's results and effects of the Sun will begin to deteriorate. This placement is not good for short-term gains like share market or horse racing or lottery, etc. It is not good for that. When Sun is placed from 3 degrees 20 minutes to 16 degree 40 minutes in the same placement, then Sun will be in the nakshatra of Saturn. The additional results here will be regarding the marriage and partnership business. This position will give a trouble in all those things and pain to the person because of marriage and because of partnership business. However, in case the partnership business is connected to a factory production, in that case, this may be beneficial. During this period, the person will try to get loan, and in case it is connected to good planets, then he will succeed in getting a loan also. In case he is applying for a job and Mercury is connected, then he can get a job also in this period. But overall, it indicates a problem for the significations of 7th house and for the person himself, because now the 6th and 8th house are going to get connected, and it it will definitely have some or the other adverse effect on the health of the person also. When sun is connected from 16 degrees 40 minutes to 30 degrees in the same placement, sun will be in the nakshatra of Mercury. And now since it is come to the last degrees, we must remember that this sun can now give the effects of the 9th house also. And so in case the effects of 9th house are coming, then you please take a look at our video on sun in the 9th house. However, this placement of sun is good from the financial point of view. In the sense, the person will gain money here, the person will get into charitable acts and make new friends. However, the person may still have ego tussles with those friends. Basically, it also indicates getting some money in inheritance, and that the person will have a beneficial results from his close family members, although there may be a little bit of tiff once in a while. So overall, when we look at sun in this placement, the Lagnesh coming into the 8th house generally indicates problems for the person, and for that, in case remedies are required, then for the remedy of sun, we give wheat or jaggery to any poor man on Sunday afternoons. However, before doing any kind of remedies, please have your horoscope checked by a professional astrologer. So I hope you would have liked this video. See you in the next video. Thank you.